Before the Return by Laura Ketchledge. After being silent for years, I have decided to write about a near-death experience that happened to me when I was 19. I fell off a horse and was dead for several minutes. In those golden moments between life and death, my core beliefs turned upside down. The image of the experience is untarnished in my mind, as if it happened only yesterday, not in 1979. It began with a plunge into darkness, highlighted by a guided review of my short life on Earth. Then just before my return, I found myself in surreal surroundings. Looking around me, I saw the most beautiful shades of mauve, light, gorgeous colors with a soft, fluffy element. There was no floor or ground beneath my feet. It was a dimension so bizarre, there is nothing to compare it to. Was it a layer or a ring around the edge of our normal physical reality? I wondered. If my lifeless body, lying in the field in rural Virginia, was being resuscitated, I was not aware of it. What I was aware of was my late grandfather, who told me I had to return. I had been humbled and enlightened by my life's review, and I had no desire to return. I began to weep as I told Papa that my life's review had seemed so long. Just as I spoke, images, lessons, memories, realizations, and new perceptions actively began to be erased from my consciousness. I felt nothing but anguish as the new lessons I had just seen were stripped away. Next, I snapped back into my physical body with a perceivable thud. Strangers were surrounding me in the field I had left how long ago? It was a perfect spring day as I looked around. My first thought was, this is not reality. I was annoyed with the two men who had saved my life, and I chose to ignore them. On the way to the hospital, I slipped back into unconsciousness, but not death. In the ER, I tried to tell the doctor what happened to me. He crossly asked me what drugs I had taken. His condescending accusation shut me up. It took me 12 distressing hours to adjust to my return. I spent that time grappling with what had happened. Later, as I was healing from my injuries, I realized that not all of my near-death memories had been expunged. My emotional turmoil was especially bad because this all happened before the internet and public discussion about near-death experiences. Years later, I picked up a book about the subject. The after effects of my near-death experience have been profound. The biggest gift I received is that I am now certain that after physical death, there is a continuation of existence. I tried to capture what I saw in my paranormal painting, Before the Return.